Recording. Yeah, okay, so it's an add-on to the other video, I guess. Just about this. I have resisted walk and talk videos, so yeah, I have attempting to discipline myself and not make so many videos. So, but I haven't also been able to do any other work on the other videos that I was going to do, production style videos, and I haven't gotten to that yet. And the writing I have to do. So, all I have done is not make videos, but I haven't done all the other crap I have to do. But that's the plan, is to, get to the real arguments that matter and make them so crystal clear that they just can't be fucked up. All this redundancy is just a matter of people just keep playing games, keep evading the truth. So anyway, I kind of wanted to do an economics video, actually, just because I haven't done one in a while, and the game is just so broken, and they just keep pretending like everything's okay because as long as the rich keep getting richer, they keep creating fake digits in the banks and giving them to the rich people and just saying, hey, rich people are richer. But it's all borrowed money. It's all money that can't be paid back. And so and so that's like sort of important. Like, it's not real in the sense that it has tied to it really bad collateral. The collateral of, I ain't paying it. I mean, the collateral of, I'm not going to work for 20 years to pay back the national debt. That collateral is useless. I mean, you can't cash it. You can't cash this debt. And so they keep doing this bullshit, this QE thingy and everything. So they're talking like they're going to do this shit again. Because they figured out the stock market can't keep going up unless you create some debt money to make it go up. Nothing goes anywhere unless you create debt. Debt is money. It's just the way they've made it, the system. So they have to indenture something, because they're not. So you can make money through productivity, but productivity would essentially make resources more valuable, and so they would be, more abundant. So they would almost create like deflation. So you'd get richer because things would get cheaper. That's like normal progress. And what this capitalist progress is, you just find cheap labor to exploit, make a huge killing on that. So that's sort of like real money in the sense that you create this huge productivity gain, which is really just a we're back in slavery game. So they've driven that to the bottom. They can't go any lower. No matter how many starving people there are, they're not going to work any cheaper than the starving people who are already working. So that's dead as a place to gain any value. And so the only value to be gained is through this debt money that creates fake consumption that can't be financed, can't be paid for realistically. So, and then you have this whole overconsumption overproduction problem, which is a whole nother element of this thing, where you have, no capacity to increase prices. So, it's all it's just set up for failure. I mean, it can't go anywhere. I mean, it's just amazing that they've been able to engineer these solutions that you would think would just be insane. Zero interest rates. This whole idea of just stabilizing debt by taking all the profit out of debt. Just pretending like, okay, you don't make money on debt, but you sustain the value of the money you have by having it. So you just prevent the depression, okay, by maintaining just preventing the bankruptcies. Essentially, that's all it is. So they're just saying it's cheaper, in a sense, in the short term, to not allow anybody to go bankrupt, and therefore don't allow the bad credit spiral to unspiral, all the bad debt to start revealing itself by somebody saying, give me the money you owe me. And as soon as they say, give me the money you owe me, they don't have any real money. And then they go to the people that owe them money and ask, give me the money you owe me, and they don't have any real money. And, that spiral. So they've just put all that off by, engineering the solution of, let's buy our own debt. Okay, put over in a pile over there, but we won't buy it with real money. We'll buy it with debt. So yeah, we'll just make a promise to the banks. Look, you buy it with fake digits, made up money, and we promise to give you real money eventually, like if we can ever sell that stuff in the corner. Yeah, but when we sell it, you see, the problem's going to be is they're going to have to give people money to buy it, and nobody's going to buy it unless they give people money to buy it. And yeah, so that's not going to work, because then you'll have interest rates again, and then financing the debt will be so expensive the government won't be able to pay the interest on that debt, where they've just kind of neutralized the interest payments now by just borrowing the money to shut the debt up for a while, put in a box. Yeah, that's kind of funny that they've ironically, in like a backwards way, used the lockbox idea, and they're essentially locking debt away. But it's not. It will escape eventually. It has to, because eventually the banks are going to have to, their solvency will be tested. They'll need the money, and they won't have the money because we didn't give them the money. We just gave them a promise of the money. And once that happens, the government will be stuck in an impossible circumstance where it needs trillions of dollars. It can't tax the money, so it's going to have to print the money. And as soon as it does that, that's when everything goes, that's when your money turns to shit. So, yeah, I mean, what country that happens in first, who knows? But, hyperinflation will happen, which will be the destruction of the asset values. And, it can't go anywhere good, because as soon as that shows up, the wages are already so desperately low that any inflation will destroy all incentive to work, because you won't be able to make any money working. There'll be no profit work, and so you'd rather just buy a gun with your last paycheck than go to work. If you can't buy anything with your labor. And so then wages will have to go up, which will just create more and more inflation. It's just really it's just sitting there, you're just watching it. It's just like, I don't know how to metaphor it, but it really is like you've lit the fuse and it's fizzling, and they're spitting on it, and they're pissing on it, they're doing little things to slow it down, but this bomb is going off, and you're just, I've been sitting here for 10 years waiting, and I'm really quite amazed that they've gotten away with this nonsense. But yeah, it's just nonsense. And so we'll see how long they can drag it out. But they're just dragging it out, and the longer you drag it out, the bomb does get bigger. So I guess that's the fun part of it, is that the bomb is getting so big, that when it blows up, it's going to blow up so spectacularly. It'll make the Great Depression, look like the minor impediment. So anyway, it's a little funny. I suppose the thing that'll have to happen is that the government just have to seize all production and maintain it. So all farms, all industry, everything will have to just be seized and maintained in a running order, and the rich will have to be told to go fuck themselves for a while. I see that as the only practical solution, because that's where all the money is anyway. The people don't have it. So it's just debt, And so if you just erase the debt, fundamentally everything can work just fine. The buildings are built, the industries have tools in them, everything, oil is being pumped. I mean, everything can work just fine. The problem is they just can't give the rich the huge percentage of the pie they're claiming ownership of. So if we just say, fuck you, you don't get any pie, you get this much, that's how much pie you get, like everybody else, everything's fine. So that'll have to be the solution, but it's the only logical solution. You have to throw the rich overboard. They're the whole problem. There's no problem if they don't exist. It's just that simple. They're the entire problem. The IOUs to these scumbag greedy fucks is the entire problem. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, so I made a video. It's getting cold today. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll post this though. That's the second. I didn't post the other video I made. So maybe I won't post these. Yeah, maybe I'll just post this one. Fuck the other one. Yeah. Yeah. It's mostly just a planning video. Fuck that. I think. It doesn't really matter. But I'll post this one. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of these a week. Yeah, so I'll just moderate the number of walk and talk videos. And, until there's something to really walk and talk about. Yeah. Anyway, until next time. Such. Mostly.